Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm still in Da Nang, Vietnam. It's about 6 a.m. here. I've been waking up every day. I think since I've been here, about 3 a.m. It's not easy for me to sleep here. They have a restriction on the thermostat setting. And so it's like often hot in here for me. So I'm sweating in the bed. So it's hard for me to sleep. Excuse me. Still working on getting rid of this cold. So since it's hard for me to sleep due to the heat, they keep the AC at, so I'm often up. So I've been up since 3, dressed and everything, just ready for the day starts when it gets started. But I wanted to go on here and share with you guys that, talk about living on borrowed time. I believe I'm living on borrowed time because there are many instances where my life could have taken on a turn or path for the worst. I do what I do now, have the perspective that I have now, and live the way that I live now because of my experiences and because I've seen how God has shown up in my life. God has shown up in my life in various ways. For example, I was at risk of being murdered. God showed up in my life and prevented that. I was at risk of murdering someone. God showed up in my life and prevented that. I was at risk of maybe spending life in prison or possibly even executed. But God showed up in my life and prevented that. So I'm thankful to God that, you know, it would be a truly tremendous heavy burden if I had to walk through this life knowing I had taken someone's life, even if I believed it was in self-defense. But thanks to God, I have not taken anyone's life. So thank you, God, because that could have totally changed my whole outlook. But God stepped in. When I say stepped in, I ain't lying, y'all. I'm talking about stepped in. Do you hear me? So I could be dead. I could be in prison serving life. Could be facing execution. But none of those are the realities. So that's why I think I'm living on borrowed time, because if it had not been for God's intervention, I might not be here today. And I might not be out free today doing all the things that I'm doing today. I might not even be alive to be talking today. And then sickness. I've had some life-threatening illnesses. And again, but for the grace of God, because when I went to the doctor didn't see him. The doctor didn't see the sickness. And I hadn't been to the doctor in a couple of years, So just thank you, God, that I went. And, the doctors I actually saw, one doctor said, well, just to be on the safe side, I want to look at everything. Okay? Because I had already been diagnosed with cancer. I had breast cancer. And so the doctor said, let me just be on the safe side. I want to look you over again, do some more tests. Lo and behold, they found some more cancer. If it had not been for that man's care and concern and desire to be thorough, I would have been treated for one cancer and totally missed for the other. And it would have still been developing in my body. So I just thank God. I know what God has done in my life. And so I have chosen to give my life in service to God, to do His will for my life instead of what I may just desire to do. And trust me, when I say I have lived, I have lived. Okay? I've experienced a lot of things, good and not so good. I don't feel like I've missed anything or missing anything. I've been loved greatly by God and by man. And when I say loved greatly by man, I mean in true sense of love. Yes, the man may have been in love with me, but the man truly loved me. He loved me. I can't say I've ever been in love, but I know I have chosen to love. So I know life is a struggle. I know it's hard because even for me, even though I've been through all I've been through and God has shown me all that God has shown me, I still have to deal with my thoughts. I still have to deal with my fears and uncertainties. And, I still got to deal with that. That doesn't go away because I'm still living life. I'm still a human being. I'm still learning, growing, and struggling. And when I say struggle, I mean going through the uncertainties of life and adjusting to them. So, yeah, I feel like I live on borrowed time. Because there are many instances where I didn't have to be here. Where God could have turned God's back and said, okay, well, let it happen. So I thank God. And as a show of my thank you and my appreciation and my respect and my honor and knowing that God's will for my life and the love God has shown to me is the highest, I've dedicated my life to serving God. And I do that through volunteering. I volunteer anywhere in the world as long as it's helping humankind. I am a child of God. I'm here to do God's will and to be of service to mankind. I'm living on borrowed time, and I want to make the best of it because there's not a lot of time left. And I want to do as much good and service that I can do with all of my skills and abilities in the time that I have left. And remember this, always look to what you are thinking because it's your thoughts that determine your mood and your emotions. So check your thoughts. Seek love, be love, live love yourself, hug yourself, and be of service to mankind. Bye.